Today, we are discussing on the topic distributive justice. The word justice is derived from the Latin word, jus, which means joining or fitting. This word clearly denotes that social life is a bond of human beings. Harmony of men and men. In this regard, Dunning says, justice was described as the regular virtue which produces a general harmony in character and general good order in conduct. Aristotle classified justice into two types, such as distributive justice and corrective justice. Here our focus is on distributive justice. Distributive justice is a concept that addresses the ownership of goods in a society. It assumes that there ought to be a large amount of fairness in the distribution of goods. Equal work should provide individuals with an equal outcome in terms of goods acquired or the ability to acquire goods. Distributive justice is absent when equal work does not produce equal outcomes or when an individual or a group acquires a disproportionate amount of goods. John Rawls provides a comprehensive idea of distributive justice in his magnum opus, A Theory of Justice. In a cursory observation, one can find three principles within the concept of distributive justice. They are fairness, equality, and proportionality. Nicholas Rescher published a remarkable book in 1966 titled Distributive Justice. Rescher consistently worked in the concept of distributive justice and stated that fairness is the core principle of justice. John Rawls begins with fairness. He says, "Justice is the first virtue of social institutions, as truth is of the system of thought. A fair distribution is the key element of the distribution of justice." Let me elucidate this concept with the help of a story from Russian literature. Once there was a rabbit who lived happily. One day he found an apple at the top of an apple tree but was unable to pluck the fruit. He sought the support of a black crow. She happily accepted the proposal and plucked it. Unfortunately, the apple slipped down. A porcupine who was settled down at the bottom of the tree caught the apple and ran away. The rabbit and the crow followed him and demanded their apple. They told Porcupine that it is unfair to snatch their apple. Porcupine said, "It is mine, because I caught it." Crow retorted, "No, it is mine, I plucked it." Rabbit furiously sneered, "It's mine, I saw it at first." Let us look how they settled issue. A wise old bear entered into the scene. He looked around, heard the matter at his due gravity, and said, "It is wise to accept the claim of the rabbit, as he saw it, and the crow is also eligible to have it because she plucked it, and the porcupine also has good reason to claim it. In my view, all the three of you are eligible to have a fair claim, and you are deemed to have a fair portion." The wise old bear started to divide the apple. Then the all of three said to him, "Uncle Bear, you are also eligible to have a portion, because you have settled our problem." Thus, the apple was divided into 4 pieces, and everyone enjoyed it. This story is a good example of distributive justice. Distributive justice mainly deals with the distribution of resources. Some people think that the term is concerned more on economics than on justice. Here, justice is a functional conception. It is applicable in everyday life. Distributive justice concerns how claims and rights originated. Justice is always concerned about the settling of claims. In the above said story, the 3 creatures have a fair claim on apple. The bear issued a fair and proper share to the claimants. Fairness is the fundamental principle of distributive justice. Fairness is integrally connected with 2 other principles, such as equality and proportionality. Equality affects 2 areas of distributive justice: opportunities and outcomes. Equality of opportunity is found when all members of a society are allowed to participate in acquiring goods. No one is blocked from acquiring more goods. Acquiring more goods would be a sole function of will, not because of any social or political reason. Equality of outcome is more relative. It does not guarantee that all members of a society will receive the same number of goods. It does guarantee that equal work will produce equal amount of goods. Proportionality is similar to the equality of outcome. It is based around the idea that equal work produces equal outcomes. It is found more often in relative circumstances. If 2 workers perform the exact same job for the exact same length of time, with a similar amount of experience, then, if distributive justice is at play, both workers will be able to acquire the same amount of goods. equality, proportionality, and fairness are interconnected concepts in distributive justice.